Hello everyone on YouTube. This is M22 Frogger making a video about the debate between Ken Ham and Bill Nye, the creationist versus the evolutionist, and my thoughts about the debate, essentially. The thing is that after finding out a little bit more about the debate, I have not actually watched it, but from what I understand, from everything that I've seen, everything that I've heard on the subject matter, I gotta say, I really don't see the point of all this. You have a scientific theory that is essentially well based in fact, that is a fact, versus something that is rooted in faith, that's rooted in biblical scripture. The point of all of this is that I didn't see the purpose in a debate between something like science versus something that's faith-based. Um, I'm not calling myself a creationist, but at the same time, I don't feel like any of that was necessary. I found out that Ken Ham was using the debate in essence for self-promotion, promoting his belief system onto others, etc., etc. Mind you, I mean, I've seen enough bits of the debate to realize that, well, he's not too good at self-promoting when you say that, hey, I don't know, or I can't prove this. You're not exactly doing a good job at, for lack of a better term, pimping yourself, if you want to use that term. But at the same time, I don't believe that this debate really truly meant anything. Because you have the evolutionists that are over here, sort of waving their flag around saying, see, we're correct, da 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 da. I'm like, well, yeah, it's been established for a long enough while now to realize that, yeah, you are right. There are ways of proving how old the Earth is. Maybe not to an exact, but definitely to a pretty fair good idea. We also can do that with the universe. We know how old the universe is, or at least a good idea. We also can see that, yes, animals do in fact evolve over time. I mean, shit. But at the same time, we also can prove evolution based on microbial organisms, bacteria, etc., viruses, that there's a new strand of the flu every now and again that hits the news. It's a new strand, it's stronger, it's bigger, faster, stronger, etc., wiser. Of course, I'm putting humor to all this, but it's getting stronger so it can adapt to any kind of treatment that we can give it in order for it to be gone. It's a survival mechanism. It's all about adaptation. If we could see it in that kind of a sense, it has definitely happened without a shadow of a doubt with any other kind of organism. So, evolution is real. Um, there really is nothing much to base on the creationist concept, but at the same time, for the sake of the creationists, there's people that are for evolution, atheistic people that are, or they don't even necessarily need to be atheistic. They can be religious and go for evolution, what have you, and what have you. But like, the arguments that I've seen on Facebook and other, social media are basically talking about the people that believe in creationism to be less intelligent. And a good point that the amazing Cody on YouTube and a good friend of mine, Cody Bridges, stated that, religion doesn't equate to, or religious belief doesn't equate to intellect. You can be very smart and be a Christian or stupid, and the same thing goes for atheists. It don't matter. People are people. And that's, and the argument that another friend of mine made in the comment thread, you know, was another story altogether, but I know, and I'm just using the point that he was making because it was a valid point. And however, I'm not saying I'm backing him because I know that the argument that you two had was very, well, heated for you because you got angry at what he said. I'm not saying what he said to you that got you angry, was correct or anything like that. I'm just saying that, intellect isn't based on religious belief. But yeah, both sides of the fence have really intelligent people and stupid people. It's true. So I don't see nor appreciate the whole, well, Bill Nye owned him, and, he, like, bitch slapped him with science and this, that, and the third, so let's all now point and laugh at Ken Ham for his beliefs and what have you, or people of similar beliefs, because that ain't correct. That isn't right to do. It don't matter if there's how ridiculous it might sound, if there's so much evidence that says otherwise, it's still somebody's belief. And at the end of the day, even though you're correct about something, and I'm not saying let people live blissfully ignorant, it's the mere fact that that's what they believe in. And they have something to believe in. And in this day and age, we need something to believe in. Even if it's as hokey as, or at least what I feel to be, kind of hokey as creationism, just because how they describe it to be. I mean, especially how Ken Ham did it, with all due respect to creationists. He made it kind of sound like this. Oh, and God created everything in about 6 days. Adam came on this day. He did animals and this and that. Oh yeah, and space was there. He just said, space. Why not? So it's kind of like the Family Guy joke that they did about creationism. It was a genie coming out of the water, and then you see like telephone poles and people and tigers and fucking, you know. So that's kind of how it made it sound and shit. But like, yeah. But I know it's not a serious a serious outlook on how they believe. You know, it's just not something I adhere to personally. But I do respect people's beliefs, and I think ultimately what we need to do is respect others. I mean, you can poke fun all you want in a light-hearted manner, but the minute you start using certain things to trample over other people's beliefs and to make them feel like they're stupid for believing something, that's the day when you need to reevaluate yourself in the situation at hand, because that's not, in my opinion, a productive way to live, or a productive way society should be ran. Poke fun at somebody that has a belief that you don't agree with. Poke fun, make him or her feel ridiculed for having that belief. You know what I mean? It's not exactly the okay thing to do. But with the anonymity of the internet, it's like, why the fuck not? We can get away with it, right? But at the same time, that should not be a good excuse. It should be another bad excuse for doing it, because now you can spew your hatred, your bigotry, your anything, your misogyny, your misandry in private, in the private of your own home, or even, dare I say, troll it and not mean what you said, like don't believe what you said, but you still said it, and thus hurting others in the process. So just stop the hate, you know what I mean? You know, just stop being bigoted and being assholes to other people's beliefs. It's their belief. That debate will rage on forever probably, or at least until it's definite and like creationism isn't a thing anymore, but it's, I don't believe that to be ever ending. So it's just like, agree to disagree, shake hands, and walk away. As a society, as a culture, as everything, a nation, etc., that's the best thing that we can do. Agree to disagree, shake hands, and walk away, providing that what one side is doing is not hurting anybody else or hurting themselves. Then what's the issue? There is no issue. I don't understand why this is a thing. Anyway, Spam22 Frogger. Thank you for watching.